Hello, and welcome to the Chartered Accountants Global Update. I'm delighted you're with us for episode 39. Each week, this podcast brings you the latest from chartered accountants worldwide, a global community of over 2 million trusted professionals. And this week, we're shining a light on the latest episode of Difference Makers Discuss, the series hosted by Sinead Donovan, in which she catches up with chartered accountants who are doing extraordinary things, professionally and personally. The guest in this episode is Liswaniso Namatama. He goes by Liso. He's a chartered accountant based in Lusaka, Zambia, currently working as an assistant manager at ACT Core Accountants. He's been in audit for over 6 years. And he has a way of talking about this profession that I think you'll find genuinely inspiring. Liswaniso first came onto Sinead's radar at the One Young World Summit in Belfast in 2023, an event that brings together thousands of young leaders from every part of the world, each with a story of community impact to share. He describes it as mind-blowing. More than 2,000 delegates, each from a different region, each doing something meaningful in their community. And the thing that struck him most wasn't the scale of what they had achieved. It was the simplicity of how they had started. They didn't wait for a senior title, or a perfect set of circumstances, or permission from someone else. They just began. For Liswaniso, that message stuck. Back in Zambia, he connected with a fellow chartered accountant he had met at the summit, a woman named Dorika, and together they became part of Young Dream Radiators, a foundation that provides mentorship to young people through community outreach programs. It's still in its early stages, but its purpose is clear: to reach into less resourced communities and show the people there that they are not alone and that someone believes in what they can become. It's a beautiful example of what chartered accountants worldwide has always believed: that the chartered accountancy qualification doesn't just open doors to a career, it opens doors to a cause. Now, Liswaniso is passionate about auditing. And I mean genuinely passionate, not in a polished interview day kind of way. He's been doing it for 6 years, and he's clearly not tired of it. He told Sinead there are real misconceptions about what audit actually is. The caricature, number crunching, box ticking, fault finding, doesn't come close to capturing the work. The bigger picture, as Liso puts it, is about understanding businesses, about assessing risk, about exercising professional judgment, about helping organizations improve how they actually operate. And because auditors work across industries, one month you might be with an NGO, the next with a mining company, the next with a manufacturer. You build a breadth of knowledge that very few other roles can give you. You're constantly learning how different parts of the economy actually function. It really lays a strong foundation in terms of career, because it's very diverse in terms of the industries that one works with. And then there's the relational side of audit, which Liso talks about with real enthusiasm. Audit means regular, substantive contact with management and senior staff across your client organizations. Real conversations. Real relationships. A network that builds over time across sectors and industries. We raised the question that's on everyone's mind at the moment: artificial intelligence. And Liswaniso's response is worth dwelling on. He's not dismissive of AI. He acknowledges it's already changing how auditors work, automating routine transactions, processing large data sets, generating reports more quickly. That's real, and it matters. But he's equally clear about what AI doesn't replace. Professional judgment, the kind that comes from sitting with a client and reading not just the numbers but the room, that requires human experience. Certain risks can only be assessed in direct conversation with the people who actually run the organization. And when it comes to communicating findings, when management needs to understand what you've found and why it matters, There is no substitute for a human being who can explain, respond, and adapt in the moment. It's a timely reminder, particularly as the profession continues to navigate the AI conversation, that the chartered accountant's value has never been purely computational. It's relational, it's contextual, it's human. When pushed to sum up accountancy in 3 words, he went with 2. Extremely amazing. And I think this episode makes a compelling case for exactly that. You can listen to the full Difference Makers Discuss episode with Liswaniso Namatama wherever you get your podcasts, and at charteredaccountantsworldwide.com. If it moves you the way it moved us, you might want to share it, because this is exactly the kind of story the profession should be telling more of. That's the Chartered Accountants Global Update for this week. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves, and we'll be back with you very soon.